Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Notre Dame Primetime Live. I am your host, Ryan Fravel, with my coach, Sean, a.k.a. ND Forever, on X and Twitter. Again, we're back with Notre Dame Primetime Live, presented by FanDuel. Back for another week. This week's episode, we got a lot to get into. Some sad news that came out, a couple hours ago, earlier today. Legendary Notre Dame head coach Lou Holtz lost his life at the age of 89, passed away surrounded by his family, laying in his bed, as his son Skip reported earlier tonight. Big loss, obviously, sad day for Notre Dame. It's kind of crazy because we always knew that he was getting up there in age. But it's like he's one of those figures you never thought was ever going to die. You know what I mean? Like you never really thought about it. It's like, oh, that's Lou, man. That's the GOAT. Like that's
like Sister Jean at Loyola.
Yeah.
Chicago. Like it's just one of those. I feel like he's always been the same age my whole life.
Yeah.
But he continued to. The sad is. I mean, we kind of, with the hospice stuff came out, I mean, you kind of knew, but you were hopeful that it wouldn't. And he kicked. He was fighting. And Fighting Irish was fighting for weeks. And
yeah,
I'm proud of him for that. I know Irish Nation, all of us miss him. I'll definitely miss the interactions between him and Marcus Freeman. Those are some of my favorite recent Lou Holtz memories of Marcus being able to take in what Coach was able to teach him throughout his experiences. So I can't imagine how Marcus feels right now too, or the Holtz family, or all the players that played under Holtz, or how Notre Dame feels right now. But all I know is classes should be canceled tomorrow for those students.
Yeah, he's one of those figures like we talked about. You know, he's Sister Jean, people like that in the sports world. They feel invincible, right? Like they're just, you never really think they're going to pass away or anything anytime soon. Like you said, when you got the news of hospice, and there was stuff months ago about like the fake reports that he had already passed away, and it was really he was in hospice. You kind of mentally prepared yourself. I actually, behind me, you can't see it on camera right now, but you kind of see it over there in the corner. I got assigned football by the entire 1988 Notre Dame football team, including Lou Holtz. Obviously, the last time Notre Dame won a national championship, because I, feared that this day would come, and I didn't really know how much more time we had, how much more Lou Holtz signed stuff we were going to get. So I wanted to make sure I grabbed that. But to kind of honor him, right, his legacy, kind of want to talk about our favorite moments. Obviously, now me and Sean, we weren't alive back in 1988. This was before our time, so we didn't get to watch the greatness of Lou Holtz and Notre Dame back then, right? We weren't born yet.
We got to see the effect. Right.
We got to see the effect that he had on Notre Dame as a program. I'm sure your parents, my parents, told me the impact that Lou Holtz had, how amazing of a man and coach he was to the program. So I kind of want to talk about some of our favorite memories and stuff that, not necessarily memories, but moments that we can remember from our time, whether it be from the 1988 speech against Miami to his time on ESPN on Sundays with Mark May, which were great growing up and watching those every Sunday. So I'll let you go first, Sean. What is the first thing that could? Yeah, go ahead.
The speech, right? And you got, off topic, all the Marcus Freeman stuff I really appreciate. The Ryan Day stuff was fun, right? That was some fun. Ohio State, Notre Dame, him talking shit to Ohio State, and Ryan Day's like, right, that was fun. And then I'll say definitely watching college football final. Um, After every Saturday of just all the highlights, him giving us sticker helmets, um, some top tier memories, and I just he was just a person that like when I say memory, like I'm not I don't like with those are memories, but this isn't a memory. This is just more of a thing. You see him at ESPN, they have like a little interview with him at his house or on game day or something. He'll be just sitting in a chair, but you just want to listen to every word he says, right? Like you zone in because you know it's Lou Holtz. Like I'll miss that aspect where he just grabbed my attention every single time that he spoke because I was like, he's gonna say the most motivating shit you've ever heard in your life. Like he's ready to go. So but yeah, those memories of Lou Holtz are probably some of my favorite Lou Holtz memories. What about you?
Yeah. Again, the 1988 speech is something
Yeah.
that you'll never forget. It's one of it's up there with For the Gipper in terms of like Notre Dame history and lore. One of the greatest all time speeches. I believe Lou Holtz, outside of Rudy, is the only person in Notre Dame football program history to be carried off the field. He was carried off the field after the 1988 national championship, beating West Virginia, which was, an amazing time for Notre Dame. But again, I go back to that 1988 speech where Miami the year prior had just absolutely kicked our teeth in the old Orange Bowl, right? We were embarrassed on national TV. That game, which I don't know if it was considered game of the century, but I'm sure it was probably up there for one of those best games in college football history, where you had Miami coming off of a national championship, coming into South Bend. I only can't imagine what that atmosphere was like. You can only watch like 30 for 30s and old game film from that. But I can imagine what that atmosphere was like. I imagine what it's going to be like this year with Notre Dame Miami. But you have all that hatred and stuff going into that game, the scrum in the tunnel where Miami players were, shoving Rocket Ishmael. And I didn't know this but at the time, but I guess the people that were fighting the Miami players alongside Rocket Ishmael were the third team guys on the team. Those guys weren't going to play for Notre Dame in that game. And they were the guys that were throwing punches and getting in shoving matches. And then you hear the stuff from Holtz and where he's like, you do anything out there that's disrespectful or you're talking shit or you get into a scuffle that is disrespectful to the University of Notre Dame, you're representing not just yourself, but this entire university and millions of people across the world. You can, after we win the game, if Miami wants to fight in the parking lot, we can go fight them in the parking lot. But you make sure you save Jimmy Johnson's ass for me. And I remember I just put that clip together for an Instagram post. And he's like, I didn't even mean to say that. It just kind of came out. And he's like, before I could even say anything, the guys were already storming out of the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see Tony Rice is right there with the interview, and he's like, the minute he said, save Jimmy Johnson's behind for me, there was no way we were losing that game.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things. Yeah. And another thing, like, he's the reason why we have the Play Like a Champion sign. It was not there where it is today until Lou Holtz got there, which is, it's interesting. It's like he installed, Notre Dame was already what Notre Dame was, right? With Rockne, Parsegian, Leahy. But Lou Holtz kind of brought a different, what do you call it, grit. And it's had a sort of toughness to the Notre Dame football program that I feel like you didn't really get to see before that. I didn't also know that evidently Notre Dame was pretty down in the dumps as a program. But when Lou Holtz took over in 1986, the day he got hired, Notre Dame had just gotten beat by 50 points by Miami, and the team found out about it on the plane on the way back from Miami. And that's how they find out you got a new head coach. And the first meeting, all the guys on the team are sitting there and they's like, where we weren't impressed with this guy that was in front of us. And the first thing he said in the first team meeting was, take your hats off, sit up straight in your chair, put your feet down, and we're going to go play some fucking football. Like, just so many different sound bites, so many different moments that even were before our time just makes him a legendary figure in terms of the lore of Notre Dame. And now that he's passed, like, I'm not saying I didn't look at it differently, but I'm going to look at that statue with him and Tim Brown outside the stadium a little differently now.
Yeah, I agree. People always say he was, like, in a nice way, not in a bad way. People always say he was mean. Like, he was like you said, like, he was always ready to go, but he was like, this is like, get your ass ready, you know. Like, he was like ready, man. What's sad too, I want to bring that. So that was you have no other memories, or that you want to?
I do want to real quick. I do want to mention the Freeman stuff. I'm going to play a clip here in a second, but I loved how Freeman. Right, there was a difference between Brian Kelly and Freeman.
Yeah.
When Brian Kelly got hired, Lou Holtz talked about how he sent letters and wanted to meet Brian Kelly and talk to him, give him some advice, and Brian Kelly never cared. He would just throw the letters in the trash. Marcus Freeman, the first thing he does when he gets the job is goes and talks to Lou Holtz. It wasn't forced. Those guys had like a genuine connection because I think both of them completely understood and got what Notre Dame makes what makes Notre Dame so special. I'm with you on those talks that you got to see on Here Come the Irish between those two. It's like you're sitting there and the entire thing, now you're looking back and now it's like it's Freeman's time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It makes me feel like two things with that. It's a sad thing for Notre Dame with Holtz is he's the last national champion that was alive coach. Every coach that won the championship for Notre Dame is now passed. We haven't. That's it. That's how long it's been, and it makes it feel like Freeman is the last bit of carrying that he has to take it. He has to take it, and it's his time.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm going to play this clip here real quick. This was from the first season of Here Come the Irish. And I kind of want to leave this off here. We'll get to the comment here in a second. But this advice for Coach Freeman, I rewatched this and I'm like, there's a reason why Lou Holtz was so successful at Notre Dame. And I genuinely do think Freeman took this conversation to heart. And I think you can see it with his Notre Dame teams. But here it is.
Marcus, as a coach, I think he's done a tremendous job. I think that the players love him. They play hard for him. And those are the most important things that you look for in a quality head coach. It's important for your players to understand we control our own destiny.
Yeah.
We had a game plan of how to win.
Mm-hmm.
And we sold our players on that game plan. And it worked for 30 years.
All right.
What was important was to teach our players that, number one, we have to be the most physical football team on the field.
Mm-hmm.
To the 20s, he's going to score. He does.
Number two, we have to be the best fundamental football team. The football is so important they even named the game after it. How in the world do you take care of it? Then point number four was we have to be the closest team on the field. In other words, we have to be closer and care about our teammates more than they do. And the last point, don't flinch. No matter what happens, we're going to find a way to win.
Lou Holtz loves Notre Dame, and that's very evident when you spend time with him. And he always tells me, he said, I'll give you my opinion, but never any advice. And but his opinion matters.
Well, this has been great. I love
anytime I can spend some time with you, man.
I have no idea why.
You know, the wisdom.
If that doesn't embody what Marcus Freeman's Notre Dame teams have right now, I don't know what is.
Especially
What does?
the don't flinch. Don't flinch. Like I just see Freeman like, yeah.
Yeah,
It's time.
It's time. And you see the stuff